towards the end of Donald Trump's recent trip to Asia, and sort of in the couple of days after coming back, he was talking a lot about how these three UCLA basketball players that were freed by China after being held on shoplifting charges should really be thanking him. And Trump claims that he personally asked the Chinese president for his help freeing these three players. But one of the players' parents, LeVar Ball, says, the truth is Trump didn't end up having that much to do with the release of players. He might be right. The truth is that it's not actually clear how much involvement, influence, or role to play Donald Trump had in the release of these players. And my instinct is that the father of one of the players might actually know something about it. Apparently, the players didn't thank Trump enough because now Trump is saying that he should have let them sit in jail in China, tweeting, quote, "Now that the three basketball players are out of China and saved from years in jail, LeVar Ball, the father of LiAngelo, is unaccepting of what I did for his son, and that shoplifting is no big deal. I should have left them in jail." Do you understand what happened here? Trump wasn't flattered enough. People didn't heap enough praise onto Trump. So the result is he doesn't think he should have worked to free American citizens detained under unusual circumstances abroad. And even worse is that the players did thank him, right? Regardless of whether Trump deserved the thanks or not. But one of the parents had the audacity to say, well, I don't know how much of a role Trump played, and to Trump that means I should have left them to rot in jail. The man has no values. The man has no personal philosophy. He has no guiding principles of right and wrong. The values of Trump are greed and self-aggrandizement, period. And this, along with so much else, really proves it. Can anybody imagine? I mean, just think hard for a second. Can you imagine Bill Clinton doing this? He went to North Korea merely to secure the release of two detained journalists. Can you imagine afterwards saying I should have left them there to rot in prison because they didn't thank me enough? Can you imagine Barack Obama or even George W. Bush, for that matter, doing something like this? You can't, because this is a unique and singular kind of degeneracy and indecency from President Donald Trump, a person that is well-adjusted and sort of connected to the real world and regular people would realize, hey, I'm the president of the United States. I'm in a position to help, and it's my duty to help people if I can. But for Trump, it's about how much praise will I get? Who will kiss my feet for having done it? And it's a real embarrassment. The president of the United States suggesting that maybe he should have proactively decided not to help American citizens being detained abroad merely because one of their parents didn't praise him the way he wanted to be praised. There actually were days in the United States when a president of either party might say something like this, and he would immediately be crushed by elected officials from both the Democratic and the Republican Party. That doesn't seem to be the case right now. And I know we're not supposed to diagnose at a distance, but when it comes to personality disorders, there's actually a lot that you can glean through the media, unless you believe Trump is deliberately acting, right? Playing some kind of a character. Through the media, we can examine whether Trump has the markers of narcissistic personality disorder, which is really not something you want in a president. And he has every single one of the markers. According to the Mayo Clinic, the markers of a narcissistic personality disorder sufferer include having an exaggerated sense of self-importance, check, having a sense of entitlement and requiring constant excessive admiration, twice-a-day propaganda briefings, I think is an example of that, expect to be recognized as superior even without achievements that warrant it, Trump to a T, exaggeration of achievements and talents. I'm brilliant. I did incredibly at Wharton. I'm just such a smart guy. I did better than everybody else. Being preoccupied with fantasies about success, power, brilliance, beauty, or the perfect mate. Don't think I need to elaborate on that one. Believing that they are superior and can only associate with equally special people. I'm going to put the best people around me. I work with the best people. I hire the best people. Monopolizing conversations and belittling or looking down on people they perceive as inferior. Well, yeah. Expecting special favors and unquestioning compliance with their expectations, taking advantage of others to get what they want, an inability or unwillingness to recognize the needs and feelings of others, being envious of others and believing others envy them, behaving in an arrogant or haughty manner, coming across as conceited, boastful, and pretentious, and insisting on having the best of everything. For instance, the best car or office. Pat, isn't this written as if it's a personality description of Trump, not of someone with narcissistic personality disorders? It fits him to a T.
Yeah, it makes me wonder if this was an edited list or if this was the entire thing.
I wondered, because I saw this list floating around. I said, I wonder if only the items that match Trump have been handpicked. So I went to a source. I went straight to the Mayo Clinic. It's the full list.
Jeez.
Every single item on the list of signs of narcissistic personality disorder matched Trump to a T. And that is not exactly a condition you want people who are in such a position of power suffering from. We'll take a break. Send me your thoughts. I'm on Twitter at @DPakman. The show is on Twitter at David Pakman Show. Support for today's episode of The David Pakman Show comes from Health IQ. Health IQ believes that the best way to improve the health of the world is to celebrate the health conscious through social and financial rewards. So what they do is use science and data to secure lower rates on life insurance for health conscious people, including runners, cyclists, strength trainers, vegans, much to producer Pat's delight, and more. 56% of Health IQ customers save between 4 and 33% on their life insurance. These savings are exclusive to Health IQ. It's like saving money for being a good driver on your car insurance. Health IQ gets you lower rates on life insurance for leading a health-conscious lifestyle. After all, physically active people have a 34% lower risk of all-cause mortality, 56% lower risk of heart disease, and 22% decrease in cancer mortality compared to people who remain inactive. To see if you qualify, get your free quote today at healthiq.com/Pakman. That's healthiq.com/PAKMAN to get your free quote.